can try
look at my
to
little...
invite you. I can try. I'm
little
trying. Let's see.
psoriasis.
Says
Need
that
to help that. Accept. Psoriasis.
Says
Need
that
to help that. Accept. Psoriasis.
Says
Need
that
to help that. Accept. Psoriasis.
Says that
Accept. Psoriasis.
Says that
Accept. Psoriasis.
Says that
Psoriasis.
What is happening?
Hey, hey. What?
Created a theme song for our own podcast. We didn't even know it. Holy shit.
Bro, it's psoriasis. Hey.
Oh my God. All right, I gotta send this off. I have one person that was like, you better send it to me the next time you go live. So let me do that. The little old man that joined was cute though. He was ready for a chat.
He was like, hi, how are you? I was like, I'm good. I don't know what I'm doing. I did this by accident. And I was like, oh no. I was like, bye. Click. Somebody else will join. He'll join somebody else's. It's okay. That's why I was like, I don't feel bad for real. Because it was random. I hit the wrong button. And yeah. So we are here.
Done that myself the first couple times we did that. How do I share the live? Gosh, I think this is a sign that I'm old because I know how to do all the things on the YouTube. But on the TikTok, I'm like, where is the button?
Your turn. Take your stage. Set a time limit. I don't want that though. I don't know what that means. We may have to try that one day. Not today.
Oh, shoot. So, what is new in your world? How has your week been going?
How has my week been? I feel like I need a nap. I took a nap yesterday at like 6 p.m. and woke up like at 9.
Nice. Very refreshing.
I was like, yeah. And I slept all night. And Belle, she like slept in between my legs, and I woke up because my hip was hurting. And I was like, that's why my hip hurts. My dog. But I didn't want to move because she was so comfortable. But then I was like, okay, I gotta move before my hip like falls off or something.
Yeah.
That was just last night. So, but yeah. And then I'm planning my reunion for my family. That's in November, and that's stressful.
That is the one that I know where you're going, and that's going to be fun.
It's like, I'm going. Are you? And will you pay me money for this house? I hope so. Because I ain't got money for real, so.
Well, it's hard. It's hard planning stuff like that, right? Like you do have to have people who make a commitment, and then if they don't, they got to be okay with not getting their stuff back.
We shall see. We shall see. It'll be fun though. All said and done. And but yeah, my week hasn't been too shabby. And I saw a movie, In the Gray. Have you heard of that one?
I have not. What's it about?
I didn't hear about it either until I looked at my movie app and was like, oh, okay, I'll go see this movie. But basically, it's about this lawyer that she works to get money back for big firms. And so she works in the gray between the white and the black. And so she hires this team. So she has two teams. She hires this team that will go and do like the fighting stuff that's needed to do things. And then she has a team of lawyers that looks for loopholes and stuff like that to make things happen. But it's really about, of course, the team that's fighting because it's action movie. And so she works to get this money back from this really bad guy, and she ends up getting kidnapped. And so they're trying to save her from that because they're a very loyal crew. But yeah, it didn't have a lot of promotion, but it's pretty good. Yeah, and I posted on my. Are you muted?
Yes, I was. I was trying to counteract an audio issue and forgot I was muted. That's a good call.
Audio okay? All good now?
Audio's good. We just had a few on our last pod where there was some background noise, so I was just trying to troubleshoot some solutions on my end to find out. No, Sims, I do not want to play you. This Sims just popped up and was like, "Are you online? Do you want to play The Sims?" Sorry.
But yeah, I would say watch it. It was a good movie. You know, it was some parts a little slow, but not too bad. Yep. So, how about you? How was your week?
Yeah, it was good. My aunt and I just got back from northern Nevada for a quick weekend reset. That was fun. Um, didn't do anything super exciting. It was kind of cold up there, comparatively. It was kind of cold up there when you're in the mountains. You got a good enough breeze. It's going to knock down your 70-degree weather to be not swimsuit ready weather. So I didn't get to hit the pool. I did get to hit the gym. And let me tell you something. Filming gym content is not for the faint of heart. You know this better than anyone else. So I think you should give our viewers some tips on how to be fearless when filming gym content because I didn't even try to like make appropriate angles or make myself look good. I was just like, let me sit this here real quick. Let me push a button and let me do as many reps as I can without like half-assing the reps before someone notices that like I have a camera pointed right at me. It is the weirdest thing, but it's also helpful because I was able to go back and watch the footage and be like, oh yeah, my form sucks here.
Oh yeah, for real. Like, cause I do my pull up filming all the time, and usually I'm like, I used to be like, oh, they're gonna see, but I don't care. I just make sure I don't have like anybody in the image, in the screen. But then I always look because I remember once I was like, oh yeah, I moved. I know I did. And then I went and looked. I was like, girl, you just hanging there. So it's like, it's one of those things where somebody ever inserts themselves into my life. Like, why are you filming? Because I want to. Were you in the video? No. And if somebody does accidentally get in the video, because I mean, people have the right to walk, right? Behind me, I'll put like a smiley face over their face, especially if it was a really good take or something. I'm just like, oh, that's the part where I actually lift my shoulders a little bit and they walk behind me. But yeah, I'm getting better because I used to be like, oh no, but now I'm just like, I don't care. Most of these people I'm never gonna see again, and if I do see them again, it is what it is. So keep filming your content. Keep filming yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Look back. Ooh, look at me.
I
Look
did the
at
thing. I conquered the concern of this machine. Dude, I came across the weirdest machine in the vein of gym sessions. I came across to me it was the weirdest machine. So it was a back extension machine, but it also did abdominals. And so I don't know if this was because of the resort that we were at, and so they had to have like additional straps on it. But what they had was, standard place to put your feet, so that those were secure. And then you had the like back pad that kind of went across your shoulders. But there were these two almost like there were these two straps that came down over your shoulders, almost like you're strapping yourself into a roller coaster. And they had little handles on them, but they didn't attach to anything. Like the straps were free swinging, so you just kind of like held them. And the intent was to hold, like basically pull on the strap so the bar stayed square across your shoulders. And then you did a crunch motion, or if you wanted to go in reverse, you could hold the straps tight down to your side so that way the bar stayed across your back and you could do a back extension. And it was, I mean, I 100% know I got more out of my arms than I did the actual ab or back extension, because the entire time I was like, how do you keep this flush on your back without being able to like lock in, strap in, whatever, right? You're focusing so much on your hand movement and not stabilizing your core. It was odd. I'm sure any actual like gym rat out there that swipes through this live is going to be like, that's not atypical and whatever. But I was like, I don't know what this is.
Is it kind of like this? Now they moved it. I don't know what they're showing. It looks like a plate. Oh,
It
there it
kind of,
is.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I held the straps completely wrong then because I was like, okay, that needs to stay on my back. So instead of holding them straight out, I was like trying to hold them like straight down by my hips. So no wonder I struggled so much. I was doing it wrong.
Yeah, I use that one sometimes. I don't like it, to be honest. Um, but it's very popular though. It's very popular at Planet Fitness.
That's crazy to me
So
because I didn't see a lot of benefit from it.
yeah, like it, like even like because I don't know, it's just like you're kind of you're not really going all the way back really, so it's like you just kind of like. I mean, I know you got the things with the weights, but still, I like the one where your hands are like this and you got to do like that because I feel like you feel that more. I don't know that machine when I did the motion. If that makes sense.
Yes, it did. I was tracking it. I couldn't tell you what the machine is called, but I know what it is and I've done it before. So I was following along.
So I was like that one. Yeah, because that one. Yeah, I've done it because it's like in the what's it called, the 30-minute workout.
Circuit.
Yes, we have that. So I and tonight I'm gonna do upper body. I think I'm gonna do a lot of upper body because I want to build up my arms for this pull up. But even if I do legs, I'm gonna do arms. I don't know if that's good for you or not, but with the amount of workouts that I need, I'm sure everything is good for me. So I'll do whatever I need, and I'll just listen to my body if I need to stop and rest, and I'll just rest. But I definitely see a change, so I am doing what I need to do to keep it up. So, um, anything else fun happened to you this week?
Not really. I had not really. No, we came across a bowling tournament that was out in northern Nevada. So I've never seen so many bowling ball and bowling ball bags in my life, but I didn't get a chance to strike up any conversations with folks. I did have an instance. We were in the casino. We were coming from the second floor down to the first floor, right? And we were on the escalator because I was being lazy. I didn't want to take the stairs. It is what it is, right? So full escalator. Like I'm basically at the top. There's people all the way down at the bottom. The escalator stops like ka-chunk mid going. And everyone, it was like a cartoon. Everyone like pitched forward and then everyone pitched back once they caught themselves. And it was hilarious. It was like a cartoon because you saw one head at the very front turn back and look, and then the next person turned back and look. So all of a sudden you just had everyone's heads turning back and looking behind them to see like, who the fuck did that? I don't know what happened. I don't know if it just broke or whatever, but everyone was like turned around. And what was so unfortunate is it was right during shift change. So there were some people who were entering the start of their shift, some casino workers that were entering the start of their shifts. So that was the person at the very top of the escalator who had like just got on, and he looked at all of us and he was like, wasn't me. Felt so bad for him.
Like what May? Ah, that's very interesting. I don't think I've ever really been on anything that I can remember that's malfunctioned.
That's a
Yeah,
good thing.
like I feel like if I was on anything, I have been okay. So I haven't been on anything, but I've witnessed it. Like I remember going to a theme park, Six Flags, and it was a brand new ride, and I was like, "This is why I don't go on new rides because I'm in line for it." And all of a sudden, they're like, "Oh, we got to stop because the ride's stuck." And I'm like, "What? I'm happy I'm in line and I'm not on it." So I was like, nope, don't want to do that. And we got out of the line because I'm like, one, why am I going to wait in line when the line's not moving? I already hate lines to begin with. And then two, why am I going to wait in line for it possibly be my turn for it to get stuck again?
Right.
So I was like, nope, not worth it, not worth it, not worth it at all. So anyway, um, so I've been like online. I'm online a lot. I feel like it is like way too much, but whatevs. It's my life. But something that I've been seeing a lot online is like women tearing so many other women down. Like it's so crazy. And And I'm not saying you have to like everybody, because sometimes you're just like, I don't like this person, and that's okay. You have your reasons not to like somebody. But, even just in like the entertainment industry, they're putting women against each other for whatever reasons and comparing them. Oh, this is Janet Jackson when she was 60, but this is Della Reese when she was 60, and Janet Jackson looks better. Like, it's just different times and, different gene circumstances, all that type of stuff. And why do you have to, compare these two women that didn't even ask to be compared? But even like, so many women just living their lives, and then it's just like all of a sudden, because people feel some type of way about that woman, they're like, I'm gonna bring them down. A big one, Kris Jenner, right? I'm not saying you don't have to like Kris Jenner, but when she got her surgery, people just downed her. I'm like, why do you have to talk about her looks? Why do you have to talk about like the way she is, like her surgery looked good. I don't care what anybody says. She paid the money for that. If that's what the money she wanted to pay for it, it's her choice. And people were like, why does she have to spend her money on that? Because she wanted to. She has free will. And that's what she decided. And it's different if you say, oh, she did this, so therefore that's a bad choice or something. I don't know of a good example right now, but that's not what they were doing. They were just saying she should spend her money on this. Why? She wanted plastic surgery. She did great. If she didn't get plastic surgery and she just aged naturally, they would talk about her wrinkles. It's like women can't win, and it's crazy. Like Jennifer Lopez, another person that people just don't like. And I'm like, if she can't sing, she can't sing. That's okay. And then also when it comes to people that can't sing, that's also kind of like perspective in a way. It's very subjective, because one person's voice, is different to somebody else. I mean, think about American Idol. People like, no, this is my favorite. No, this is my favorite. Like, it's just, everybody votes differently on American Idol. But I think she's a great, excellent performer. It's like she has the appeal, and her body is sickening. If my stomach looked like that, I would be naked all the time too. I'm like, hello. And then even like in Selena Gomez, they talk about her weight all the time. And I'm like, first of all, she has lupus, that can cause things. And then they're like, well, and they talk about like her just being a woman in general, because I think she said something like she can't have children or something like that. And things just affect her that way. And people still find ways to just be like, oh, she's too thin. Oh, she's too fat. Oh my gosh, can she just be alive and just enjoy her weight? And so, constantly just seeing stuff like that online. And I feel like my purpose of it all is to, whenever I see it, I'm like, I just find one good thing about that person. I'm like, this is great about you. Because I know it's not necessarily going to be seen, but at least it's out there in the universe, and maybe somebody will see it too. Because I will not argue with people about the negative of, just a woman's body, a woman's looks. It's so uncalled for. And so many times, if I see somebody in public and I'm like, her outfit looks cute, I'm going to tell her. I'm like, you know what, girl, I like your yellow shoes, or I like this. And the times that you will see that woman go, oh, thank you. They're like, I was waiting for somebody to tell me, and it was you. Thank you so much. I'm like, that is just me. And in a way, it makes me feel good too, because I don't have that negative of, I'm just gonna say this person is, I don't even know this person. I'm just gonna look at them and say, why are they wearing those shoes? Like, where's that coming from? Right? It's like, where is that coming from? So I see that online so much, and it just, I don't know, it just bothers me that so many people are just like, oh, Taylor Swift, man, she's horrible. Why? They always go down to looks, or certain things like her music. Okay, you don't like her music, that's okay. You don't have to like her music, but then don't get upset because she's like, oh, I'm oh, like I guess like when she was started dating Kelsey, what's his name? I was gonna say Kelsey Grammer.
Travis Kelsey, close.
Travis Kelsey, and then I said it backwards. Kelsey Grammer is Frazier.
He's the beast in Marvel too. So
And so, but yeah, when she started dating the football player, people were mad at that. I'm like, why are you mad? Were you dating him and he cheated on you with her? Like, you know, they're like, she's gonna bring the Chiefs down. Is she a player? Like I'm like I don't watch football, but I don't think that's how that works. She's not she's not a player. So yeah, I'm like, why do people just put out so much negativity about somebody? I think it comes from a place of just hate, and the only way they feel like they can let it out is just to be hateful instead of just being like, oh, I'm jealous because I can't. Like, you're in charge of your own actions. Let's go. Do something better. You know, why put so much hate into that person? Because then it's also feeding into just the paparazzi part of it all, of the clicks and the likes and the interactions. The algorithm doesn't care if you said something great or something horrible. They just say, oh, interaction. And now you're going to see that person even more. So just ignore it. Because I can tell you there have been some entertainers out there that I'm just like, I don't want to see them. And I keep scrolling, or I block them on like Instagram and what's TikTok we're on right now. And so I'm like, and I block them. I never see them. Never. And then I'm like, I don't have to be like, ugh, ugh, ugh. I just separate myself, and then everybody else I see. But people don't want to do that. I don't understand why.
people love to hate watch. I was just having this conversation with my aunt the other day. People love to hate watch stuff, and it's a whole. You know what? It comes down to responsibility. Like you said, very few people take the time to train their algorithm. If I'm seeing an ad, I'm going to take the extra 30 seconds, hit the options button, and then hit the button that says not interested or don't show me this ads or whatever the case may be. Same with content creators, right? There's a particular content creator that I don't want to see anymore. I'm going to block them, or I'm going to make sure to flag that, not flag their content or whatever. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it violates any code, but rather just make sure to tell the algorithm, I don't want to see this anymore. I'm not going to interact with it. Not going to watch it all the way through. It's kind of ridiculous. And to your point about women breaking women down, listen, I can't tell if we're stuck in a society where we're constantly projecting our own insecurities on other people because we have this immediate platform that is social media, or if it's truly that we're at a point where the world just hates women but asks so much of women and asks women to be all things but also be nothing, right? Be in the foreground and be a beauty queen and keep yourself put together, but also make sure that you are at least able to support yourself, but also don't support yourself too much because your place is at home in the kitchen or in the bathroom or whatever the case may be, right? Pick a lane. Let women be women. In fact, let humans be humans. I don't care what gender you identify as. Just let people figure it the fuck out. And I think this world that we're in, to your point of specific to women, right? To your point of cutting people down constantly, it's not healthy. It doesn't make you feel good at the end of the day. It doesn't feed into any positive behavior for you unless your specific job is, I can't actually think of a specific job that would require you to cut people down all day. Maybe an editor of some kind.
An actual critic?
Yeah, yeah, a
Really?
critic. That's the word. Yeah. Unless that's your job, I don't get it.
Yeah, and you know, like the fashion industry, I can understand that too, because it's like, oh, this looks good on you. No, you're not gonna wear that. You're gonna wear this, stuff like that. But even then, don't put them in something that you're gonna constantly tell them they look horrible in. How about that? right? If that's your job. But yeah, it's just that's so one of the many reasons I love you, but one of the reasons is that we build each other up and that you're so supportive of that. We're honest too. We're not like, I'm gonna give you this fake compliment because our friendship's fake. No, it's genuine. Yeah, it's a genuine response conversation. Hey, I'm gonna say this. Is it okay that I said that? Like, it's not a I'm here to just use you and say here's this, right? And it's funny too because I talk about you all the time and going to Vegas, and I always tell people, I was like, what I always say, I love her because I was like, I love her for many reasons, but we get these trips. We go on these trips, right? Because when we talk about Vegas, I know that's your favorite place like ever. And so it's like if I'm going, I'm like, hey, I think the last two times I was just like, hey, I'm going. And you're like, okay, but let's go. It's like so quick. And so um there's so many reasons that, I love you. And one of the things on the list is that we can be honest and not hurt each other's feelings. Where it's like, if we are wearing an outfit and you'll be like, don't wear that one. You need to add a belt, or you need to do that. It's not coming from a place of, oh, I do not like her and I'm just gonna tell her she looks horrible because I feel bad today and I need for her to feel bad. Even if we're having a bad day, we still would want each other to have a great day. And that matters so much. And more women need that in their lives. And even when it's just a stranger, we should do that. And so that's why I constantly, when I see it, don't get me wrong, I don't do it to everyone, because if I see a celebrity and I just don't like something that they did, I'm just going to be like, nope, keep going, scroll past you. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm not going to add to the negative, now I have said some things. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but it's mostly to men. It's mostly men, because men are the ones also that bring women down the most. And I'm just like, really, like, y'all need to stay in your lane, and whatever insecurity you have, you need to go away. But that's a comment for another day. But I'm all about uplifting anybody, but especially women, because I feel like there's so much pressure put on women with, like you said, you must be this, but also this, but not too much of that. Now go back over here. Don't forget about that. It's all these things. Oh, we want you to work, but oh, we want you to be a mother. Oh, you're not going to be a mother? Well, what's wrong with you? Why? Are you sick? Well, it's like, what do you mean? Why does there something have to be wrong with me? So, but yeah, my biggest thing that I do, though, that I could just do in real life besides outside of social media, is just I compliment women all the time in public, and just to see like their looks on their faces, and like, oh, thank you. I'm like, you're welcome. Make it a great day, because you are great. So, but that's my big thing right now. What I've been seeing all week. What about you? What's happening in your world?
Yeah, no, I would say I had a similar theme this week. So I've been kind of tied into a lot of I don't know if you followed it, any of the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively stuff. Um,
Oh, the what's that movie? It ends with us.
yes, yes. So I guess during the Met Gala, she dropped her lawsuit, or the lawsuit got settled, one or the other. And what I've seen, to your point, is just a barrage of people just dumping on her, like about her Met Gala appearance and a bunch of other things. And to be clear, I do not know this human from Eve, right? Like, I don't know anything about her. Everything that I am aware of this human, Blake Lively, is all based upon either what her team puts out there or what other creators, individuals in the entertainment space put out there. But I've seen so much negativity just on her looks alone, when she is objectively a beautiful human, right? As is Anne Hathaway, as is literally any fucking celebrity Hollywood person, right? Because they all have access to the best of the best and have the time to care for themselves and whatever, right? and it's just been so interesting to your point. And it's so interesting that this was your topic of this week. Which, for our viewers, if you don't know, we do not openly share what we're going to talk about on each episode with each other, just so that way we can get genuine reaction and talk about what not only what comes to mind, but also can engage with you all with conversation of what you're feeling, what you're seeing. So it's not rehearsed or disingenuous or anything of that nature. So it's so wild that this episode was the episode where you wanted to talk about positivity and lifting people up and encouraging other people to lift people up, because I've seen a lot of the other end of it where it's just one person punching down constantly, regardless of whether or not what they're punching down on has to do at all with the content or the reason why they've been brought to the surface, which in this case she was brought to the surface because of the lawsuit. But we're punching down on her teeth, or we're punching down on her smile, or we're punching down on her hair, right? Like, those things have nothing to do with the lawsuit. Leave alone. Just let her live. I'm not saying, to get on another soapbox here, I'm not saying that we shouldn't call out celebrities, politicians, whoever the case may be, when they do wrong. Objectively, wrong is wrong. If you were going to intentionally try to defame someone, that's different than what we're talking about here, which is, don't just punch down on people because you're projecting. Don't just punch down on people because they're an easy target. Don't just punch down on people because you don't like what they're wearing or like how they look or how they do their makeup, whatever. That shit's so petty. Honestly, it's going to rot you from the inside. And the moment that you train yourself to get out of that loop, the better you will feel just about yourself as a person. And you'll start seeing people differently. That was one of the things you were talking about, how you love to give people compliments. There are you and another human that's in our lives, respectively, that we're going to Las Vegas with, that does that same thing, independent of one another, without prompting, without waiting for another response. And it's one of the things that has encouraged me so much to just have a better outlook with people. Because when I have, in my past, when I have put myself on the other side of it, I used to be super insecure, and to an extent, there's still things that I am insecure about. And it was crazy because the things that I was carrying around or being insecure about in that day, whether it be with my outfit or my hair or my makeup, were the same things that at some point in time in the day got complimented. And I was like, oh, okay, I feel so much better. That's what you're doing to people when you do give them that random compliment. Or if you see something, say, hey, you look good, or hey, that looks great on you, whatever. You could be changing that whole person's persona or perspective on the day, instead of just letting them be in their own head. There's so much damage to be done when you stay in your own head and simmer. So I'm so glad that this was your topic for the week, because it mirrored what was going on in my world, but I guess on the other side of it, right? I constantly watch people punching down for reasons unrelated to what topic was at hand.
Yeah, because Blake Lively specifically, and how, like, oh, you have a lawsuit, but like, oh, I'm gonna talk about her hair. Why? Why? Talk about the lawsuit. Talk about the lawsuit. It's okay. Talk about the lawsuit if, you agree or disagree with the lawsuit or whatever, or, things that happened. Okay, talk about that. But don't go and say, oh, well, she looks like this and that's why. No, because people don't do it to the guy. You don't hear it about the guy. You hear it about the woman. And if they do say it about the guys, because people are trying to defend the woman. But why even bring the guy down? Just don't say anything to anybody. Talk, not their looks, just talk about the situation. It's a public situation. So that's what it's all about, is to talk about that situation. So talk about the situation, but why bring her down? There have been entertainers that have, like, done harm to themselves and taken drugs, all because of comments. And you would think that their skin is thicker, but it's not. And people may say, well, that's not my problem. Well, if it's not your problem, then shut up. Why talk about them? Then why talk about them? People usually just don't care. But what are you gonna do? You can only do you.
To that end, there was a celebrity here recently, a male, Barry Keoghan, Sabrina Carpenter's ex-boyfriend, that was on some type of podcast or show that basically said that since his breakup with Sabrina Carpenter, he became very insecure about his looks because people kept punching down on him, saying like, basically you're ugly or this, that, next, or how do you look like you? And Sabrina looks like Sabrina and you possibly cheated or whatever the case may be with their relationship. And it was so interesting because, again, Hollywood, celebrity, a visual medium, objectively, most people involved, if not everyone involved in that industry, have to be conventionally attractive in some capacity or become conventionally attractive by way of fitness or surgeries or a combination of both, better skincare, whatever the case may be, right? And it was so interesting because you have no reason to punch down. If you don't think he's attractive, great, don't watch him in theaters. You don't think he's attractive, great, don't sit there and doom scroll or hate watch him, right? It was so interesting, but it was one of the few times that I have at least been exposed in my time of being aware of pop culture where people were actually punching down on the man. Because to your point about like the Blake Lively situation, you never hear anyone punch down on Ryan Reynolds about his looks, right? He's done some dumb shit or done some controversial shit, whatever. Never once did they punch down on his looks, but his wife has a lawsuit that is controversial in one way or the other, and they're punched down on her looks, right? Like that's not fair. So it was interesting. It was one of the few times where I've seen society punch down on the man's looks or punch down on the man's characteristics, right? In a situation where the society was objectively on Sabrina Carpenter's side for whatever it was. The thing is, I don't know a single Sabrina Carpenter song. Like I've heard the little snippets on TikTok, right? But I've never, like, I don't know album. I've not been to a concert, whatever. So I'm like, I don't know who these people are, but I know who these people are. But also, like, if I don't know you enough to like care to defend you, why are you out there like just riding for these people who don't pay your bills?
Yeah, yeah. Some people like really get into it, and you're just like, again, you hate them that much. Like it's a sport to them, where it's just like, oh, it's the Giants versus the Eagles. I don't even know if they're against each other. Just said names. But you're like, oh, it's these two teams, and oh no, you're an Eagles fan, boo. Which that I get because it's just the sportsmanship. It's a way to have the talks and stuff like that. But then you get into a person and you're just like, the way you look. But even then with sports, they don't talk about the way they look. They talk about their plays. And they talk about that was a bad play. That was a bad decision. Why did he do that? He ran slow. He didn't pass. Da, da, da. Again, this actual stuff, facts. Their actual talent, if you will. Not, oh, his butt was too big. That's why he didn't run fast enough or something. Or, oh, if he would cut his hair, he would look better so that he can play sports or something. I don't know. It's because it just sounds ridiculous, right? But yeah, it's like, why? Yeah, it's like, why do you have to cut people down? And I think it bothers me so much. And like, in my life is because when I was younger, I was so insecure and I would fake it all the time. And so people would say things to me. And then as I got older, I was like, why are you so mad that I'm ugly? Why does that make you so mad? Like, if I'm ugly to you, why does it make you mad? And it was just one of those things where it's like, it was just like, what? And it was just like, it's just like, you're, and then it turned out some people just hated that I was happy all the time. So because I'm happy, you're trying to cut me down. You really don't think I'm ugly. You're just like, oh, I hate that she's happy. It's like, well, then be happy. You can be happy too.
Yeah. You be happy, then you'll stop cutting down other people, then we'll all be happy and you can go live your life.
Exactly. And it's just like, what is that? So because of my insecurities, growing up, I don't like to put that on other people. And so even when I do see, and because we're human, and if I do see somebody, let's say they're wearing an outfit, and I'm like, that's an ugly outfit, I switch and I go find something positive about that person right now. And I do that because I'm like, look at that person and what about them is a good thing. And even if I don't say it to them in my mind, I already changed my thoughts because I'm like, because I've seen it. I'll go, ooh, her shoes look ugly, and I go, nope. But her skirt is so cute. Boom, that's how I ended it. Walk away. And then
Nice.
you start letting negative thoughts just come over you. Now you're just become a negative person. It's for some reason negativity is so much easier to spread than positivity. It is so easy to plant a negative thought, and it's just like, psh. And so, but that's why when I'm online and I see people putting all that negative stuff, if I am looking at that person, and I'll use like Jennifer Lopez for example, because people this is the one that really got me thinking. So, um, apparently Jennifer Lopez came out of a building and there were some people walking, so she stopped and waited for all of the people to pass. You know what I'm talking about? She waited for all the people to pass, and people were in the comments like, I cannot believe she did that. How dare she wait for blah, blah. I'm like, I don't know about you, but I've waited for people to pass me so I can get a perfect picture. I was like, I was like, I've done the same. I was like, and the paparazzi guy was yelling at the people to move. She was just giving them what they wanted. So the people in the comments were just like so negative about that situation. But I'm just like, but she wanted them to have a good picture. They wanted a good picture of her. She was giving them a good picture. I didn't see the problem. She
I
waited
would.
and she didn't say stop.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just going to say to that end, we don't know what contractual obligations she was under. Like maybe she was loaned those clothes because they wanted Jennifer. Maybe it was an ad campaign, for lack of a better term, right? It meant to look like a natural environment, but whatever. The other thing is, she could have been the one who was like, no, everyone stop. I'm going to get my stuff done. But instead, she chose to take a step back, wait on everyone else to go about their day. She didn't tell them, to your point, she didn't tell them to run or whatever. So, and she wasn't holding up, from the videos that I saw, I don't believe she was holding up the flow of pedestrian traffic or any other traffic. So, in my mind, and I've heard so many things about J-Lo, she's got a lot of like stories in the Vegas space in terms of like other things, right? But in this one isolated instance where she waited until everyone moved about their day, made sure that she was clear, and then got her shots, right? What's the problem with that? The woman can't win either way.
Yeah, and the paparazzi was happy, and I thought it was funny though because like the woman with the baby, she was like, and the person was like, move, and I'm like, why are they yelling at that girl for trying to get her quick little picture? And Jennifer Lopez was just standing there, and then when she left, she's like, boop boop boop, strut strut strut. But I'm just like, and I'm not saying she's perfect, and maybe there are some things out there about her I don't know, but in that 10-second video, I don't see why people were hating. And if you don't like her, just keep scrolling. But anyway,
Right. There's nothing to punch down on in that instance.
that is exactly. Are you ready for our game?
I am. Let me get my question. So I want to say last week, well, first name frame. I want to say last week we had so much interesting traction on our YouTube shorts. So for everyone listening here, so we do post a recap of the Two Gals podcast on the Two Gals YouTube channel, and then we also post some shorts there. And a lot of our shorts does clip out some of our would you rathers. We had so much traction on the would you rather shit yourself at a wedding or during an interview. That was like our highest view short. So I took that inspiration and weaved it into some of today's questions. Not all of them though, because I don't want this channel to become a poop channel. But just an interesting observation of what the audience reacted to after the fact.
There you go. Just, you can talk about shit, but don't talk shit.
And there's the title for today's podcast.
There we go. There we go. All right. So I forgot who went first last time. Me or you?
I went
I
first
don't know.
last time because I couldn't control myself. So it's all you.
So all of mine are about traveling. So we'll see what kind of traveler you are. So the first one is, would you rather travel to an island but you don't have any Wi-Fi, or to Vegas but the weather is horrible, horrible,
Ve-
horrible?
Vegas because the weather is horrible. Because Vegas, you could find something to do, but the weather is horrible.
God, it's still Vegas. Okay, I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Okay.
It's always gonna be Vegas. All right. Would you, in that vein, would you rather lose your phone for 30 days or your car for 30 days?
Car. I don't go anywhere. I
You go to the gym?
can walk.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Honestly, with the way gas prices are right now, you don't need a car.
Like, ugh. All right. Would you rather go on a luxury cruise or backpack through Europe?
Ooh, I'm gonna say luxury cruise. I've had my eye on a few of them. But also I listen, I like my amenities. I don't unless they could suddenly put a fully working toilet on my back, I'm gonna need to not go backpacking.
Nope, nope. I need everything. I might forget something. It's not going to fit in the backpack.
Uh-huh. I just to pause there, I had to we had to pack for a trip here recently with it sometime within the last 90 days. And my suitcase was like way over. It was like 60 pounds before we left the house. And I was like, what the hell is in there? I now know from unpacking that my toiletries weigh over 10 pounds. Just my toiletries, the little bags that they're in, the little toiletry bags that they're in, and all the things that weighed 10 pounds. So I shoved all that stuff into like one toiletry case. It was an absolute mess and it looked like an absolute mess. And I wasn't miserable, but I certainly wasn't as happy and at peace because everything wasn't organized and in its space and I had to do without and like first world problems, but also I'm gonna need all my toiletries, please and thank you.
Because I know you. And I take naps while you get ready. I believe that.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. All right. Would you rather accidentally go live for 10 minutes while on the toilet or butt dial your boss for 10 minutes?
Butt down my boss for 10 minutes. Because I'm probably either doing this or at the gym.
Ah,
All right. Would you rather visit a famous landmark, but it is extremely crowded, or go to an unknown place, but there are no crowds?
oh, this is so good. I'm gonna say unknown place with no crowds. I'll find the beauty in it. And also sometimes I just need my space.
Like, oh, this is not enjoyable.
Yeah. All right. Would you rather show up to a wedding overdressed in a ball gown or severely underdressed in just leggings and a flip flop?
Oh, overdressed in a ball gown. I wore a cape
Yeah.
to my home.
No, I meant to tell you, if our followers haven't seen Diva's TikTok where her mom let her borrow a cape, you may have to get more capes in your life because that looked phenomenal and also cozy.
With me. Yeah, I asked her for a jacket, and she's like, "Here." I was like, "Okay."
See, you're so feminine about it because I would have put that cape on and I would have been like, I'm Batman immediately.
Got a hood too. Like,
Hmm.
anyway. Okay. Would you rather travel by train and see the mountains or the scenery, or travel by plane and just get there fast?
I guess I'm gonna have to say airplane, though I have nothing against rail travel, and I wish the US had better rail travel. So plane. All right, I think I know the answer to this one, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Would you rather have to sing every text message out loud? or dance every time someone says your name?
Ooh, dance, cause who some text messages don't need to be read out. Don't even need. I'll be like, oh. All right, yes, definitely dance if somebody says my name. All right. So what about this? Would you rather lose your luggage while on a vacation at the beach or during a business trip?
Oh gosh, beach, 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 beach. Don't mess with my work. Don't mess with the work. The work pays the bills, so I can go to the beach.
Oh, I can figure it out from the beach, but not the work.
That's right. Work is not going to pay for me to expense a new wardrobe. But if I'm at the beach, I could probably afford another cover up.
Yes. Like, you know what? I'm good. Give me some flip flops and make it
Mm-hmm.
work.
Absolutely. All right. Would you rather your mother read your spicy texts or your boss read your spicy texts?
My mom, because she already knows I'm crazy.
That works. Okay.
So my mom was a virgin and she said, stop lying.
Oh,
Like,
God.
um, would you rather travel to the past and see historical events or travel to the future and see technological advances?
Ooh. I'm gonna say the future because everyone is so worried that AI is gonna like take over humanity. I just need to know if it's true.
Let me know if it's later or not.
Right.
Is it
Which one of us
Terminator?
is Sarah Connor?
Who is it? Ah,
All right. Would you rather accidentally have toilet paper stuck to your shoe all day or have spinach in your teeth during a on video meeting?
toilet paper stuck to my shoe.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness. Because, it's also one of those things where it goes back to, telling people positive stuff. Like, if I see somebody in public and they have something in their teeth, I tell them. I'm one of the people that tell people stuff like that. And
Hmm.
everybody, like, I will be like, your fly is down. Your skirt is in your pantyhose. I told somebody
Hmm.
that once. And she's just like, oh my gosh, I don't know how long it's been like that. You mean no one told you? Why? It's more embarrassing not to say anything to say something. But anyway. Um, okay, would you rather have unlimited travel but you can never go home, so you'll never have like a home? Or would you rather have your dream home and never travel again? What your bag? A bit big if you travel a lot.
I was gonna
Or
say, I'm gonna have to say dream home for two reasons. One, my Memphis is there, and if I could have the dream home, it's really all about him. He's comfortable. And two, that no one has an excuse not to come see Memphis. If I have the dream home, I can host everyone, I can cook for everyone, or at least have someone cook for us, and everyone can visit Memphis and give him a treato. That's all that I care about.
you're like, so you're
Also,
right.
in fairness, the dream home would be in the Vegas Valley, so I really get both worlds.
There you go. You're like, so in Vegas area. You didn't say I couldn't drive anywhere. I just can't travel. The traveling.
That's right. I don't know. Sorry. Tiki Taki is being sneaky here. Tiki Taki said that we've been inactive. So I was like, no, we have not. Slide this puzzle piece.
Do that too. I just did it like 5 seconds ago.
Just odd. All right. Here's one for you. Speaking of travel, would you rather accidentally shit your pants at the airport, like in the TSA line,
Oh,
or throw up on someone during turbulence?
oh Lord. You know what? Turbulence because we're already in the air. and you could probably just be like, "Oh, get me the rest of the way there." Whereas if I do it in the TSA line, they'll probably be like, "You got to go," and I'm like, "No, I want to go."
Oh, that is a good question. Would they not let you fly? Would they not let you finish going through TSA if you shit yourself? TSA workers, sound off. What is your protocol if someone shits themselves in line? Can they go through the little screen detector or not?
Can they take a little whore bath and, and put on their extra clothes and their carry on? That's why.
There you go. Travel tip from Diva. Always have clothes in your carry-on in case you shit yourself in the TSA line.
Per day in case you poop your pants. This is not a poop channel. Stop it. All right. Would you rather get lost in a city for a day or have a guide but be on a strict schedule?
Guide and strict schedule. I am low key scared of getting lost in a city. I have no directional awareness. I know landmarks and I know like some other things that my fiance has taught me to be more situationally aware. But I'm paranoid these days. Like don't let me get lost in the city. Also, like what situation am I in that I do not have Apple Maps in my pocket? Like what happened to my phone?
I mean, even like when you're in another country and you're catching the bus, it will tell you on that bus, oh, you're getting off in 3 stops. Like it is like legit Apple Maps. Oh yeah, I've done that.
Nice.
Yes. So FYI.
Good to know. Would you rather, we said not poop channel, so I'm not going to ask that one. Would you rather have to wear a wedding dress to Walmart for a week or a bikini to every family function?
um, a wedding dress to Walmart.
Mhm.
Maybe I'll make a hustle of Walmart.com.
Eh,
Um, okay. Would you rather a destination wedding at a castle or a beach?
Oh, that's such a good one. I'm gonna say castle because I don't want to deal with everyone tracking in sand from the beach.
Okay. What's better picture?
This is true. It would be better pictures, yeah. All right. Would you rather? This is a weird one, but for our gym, us being gym girlies, I feel like at some point we can relate. Oh, is Belle about to get in the picture? Belly beans. Hello. Oh,
There she is. There she is. I know. I know. She really does like to be seen.
it's
She
so cute.
looks like like a baby.
She said she said, Mama asked me if I would rather have a Treato or a pup cup because I know the answer.
Would I rather have a cookie or hugs? The answer is both.
Yes,
Give
good answer.
me cookies and a hug. And she wants her new cookies. I got her new ones today. She was
Ooh.
like, wow, give me that. See, I speak Belle. I know what she wants. Don't I, girlfriend? She took over. Okay. Thank you. Somebody said you're a sweet girl. Yeah, you're a sweet girl. There you are. There you are. You little bit off. See, people. So like one person was like, "She's not a lap dog." I was like, "She's in my lap." Excuse you. You're a lap dog, aren't you, girlfriend? Yeah.
Well, what other qualifications do you need to be a lap dog other than being dog and being in lap?
Hello, lap dog. Lap dog. Here you are. All right. I lost track. Was it my turn? Because I have one more question.
Yes,
Or
go
was it your?
ahead.
All right. So, last question. Would you rather explore space or the depths of the ocean?
Oh, space, because I don't want some of the fish that are down in the depths of the ocean. I'll pass. Plus, didn't they say that that's where the aliens are? Is actually in the oceans or some shit? Isn't that one of the conspiracies?
Hey, I mean, we haven't explored the oceans either. So, never know what's down there. Never know. Gary the Dolphin. You heard about that guy? Have you?
I have not. No, what's that?
So it's like this guy apparently was kidnapped by dolphins, and he was gone. I think he said like 3 days, and he had to help build a city under the water. And when he came back, they did like test on him, and he actually had like something in his lungs to show that he was underwater, but they don't know what it's from and how he got there. Yeah, somebody told me about this like 2 weeks ago. He said he was kidnapped by Gary the Dolphin.
All right, I will be going down the rabbit hole on that later today.
Hey, friend. I know she wants to be held like a baby. she, she climbed up here, and I had to put her in my lap just like this. Because this is what she do.
She said this is the Belle portion of the Two Gals podcast where Belle tells us her favorite Tritos.
I know. She was like, you've been talking too long. Give me my attention. You have not helped me today. Give me my love. Give it to me. Anyway, so you've taken over. You've taken over. That's my girl. She tolerates me so much. Don't ya? Yes, you do. So, that takes, did you have another would you rather?
I do not. No, I will save. I have one more, but I'll save it for next time around since Miss Bell says it's Miss Bell time. So why don't you wrap it up for the folks listening, and then I'll let them know when they can hear from us next.
I know it is. Besides seeing my belly here, because it's like having a baby. We talked about uplifting women today, and why it's just so important to not put women down for their looks, and being negative is just petty, and it eats you from the inside. And why spread that in your own soul? So just, if you see someone, say something nice to them. You never know, especially women, because we're talking about uplifting women, and it just helps make their day, and it also helps your soul as well. So when will we be back, KJ?
Yes, we will be back. The Two Gals podcast will return next week, Wednesday, the 27th at 7 p.m. here at live on TikTok. But in the meantime, if you need a little more diva in your life, you can find Diva on Instagram at _diva_show, and here on TikTok at _diva show. If you want a little more KJ certified, you can find me on YouTube at officially KJ certified, or here on TikTok at KJ certified. And of course, you can find a recording of the Two Gals podcast on YouTube at twogalspod, POD.
Thank you for joining. Belle, say thank you. I know you talk English. Say it. Say thank you. No, you don't want to show that yet? Okay. One day she's going to speak, and I'm going to be like, she does speak English. No? Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching me and KJ. Hope you guys have a great day. Until next time.